is it me? Or was that episode insanely fast? Hey, what is going on, guys? Ali here, back again with another video for you guys today. For Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War Arc, Part 2, Episode 21. Part 2, Episode 9, or whatever. And or is it 8? No, I think it's Episode 8 or something. But I know it's Episode 21 overall, the 1,000-Year Blood War Arc. And this episode literally felt like 2 to 3 minutes. That's literally what it felt like. That, for me, that went by so fast, ridiculously fast. Like, I couldn't at the end I was like, wait, what? At the end, when my baby girl Orihime comes in with that design, bro, Kubo knows what to do with designs for like outfits for his ladies, bro, in his series. Like, it was, gosh, it was amazing. But I loved, first of all, they did another new rendition of number 1 when Ichio was coming down from the Soul Palace. Like, at Mach 5 speed, bro. The animation of him coming down at Mach 5 speed and shit, bro. That shit was fire. Like, that was so good. And then, like, you know, like, seeing, like, the repercussions of, like, you know, last episode when Zaraki beat Grimmy. And then, in the beginning of this one, he's like, where you last were, like, there's no traces of blood or anything like that. Instead of, like there's traces of literally nothing. And then him freaking out about Yachiru, like, where is she, yelling, and then telling his squad to go find her and everything. And then all of a sudden, all of the Bambietta's crew and stuff, not really crew because they're all 4 of those characters are literal pieces of shit. Like, it's like you think for a second that they're kind of like a group of, like, you know, of feminine characters, a group of like camaraderie between all of them and stuff. Candace, Meninas, Lily Tato, I believe that's her name, Lily Tato, and Giselle, and all of them, and then Bambietta, and they all literally don't give a shit about each other. That's what's so trashy about their characters. But, like, seeing them jump Zaraki, because, like, you know, Zaraki is a demon. Zaraki is a monster. But, like, he's still taking, like, even if he tanked all of those, like, things that Grimmy, like, threw at him and shit, he got fucking internally fucked up. Like, bro, like, Grimmy got more imaginative and smarter as the fight was going on until the end, where he tried to, like, imagine his body being able to, like, handle Zaraki's, but he couldn't. But, like, he tossed him in space. But even before that, the meteorite, even though, like, he was able to cut the meteorite like it was like butter with his butcher knife, no Zarashi, like, that still takes energy, obviously, to, like, slice that shit. But then he tosses Zaraki in space. Immediately, after even, like, a second or two, his bodily fluids and everything start evaporating and burning up and shit. So obviously he got internally fucked up, regardless of how much of a demon Zaraki is, right? And then you got that, like, close range explosion, like literally direct contact explosion with, like, what was like 7 Grammys, with all of them had like mines, like, strapped to them, like bombs strapped to them, all of them holding onto them and exploding and shit. And, like, Zaraki was fucked up all over. So then that crew, like Candace and all of them, jump him in this episode of, like, electrocuting him and shit. And then, like, they're taking out, like, his his division, the 11th division, they want to stand by their captain. They want to fight with their captain till the day that they die and shit. But they're all being taken out, and then Zaraki's still jumping around trying to cut them and shit. And it's not working out because they're all in tip-top shape, but Zaraki is sure as hell not. And then all of a sudden, like he's about to get struck down by them, and then boom, everybody. Like, yo, when Ichigo strikes the Seireite's barrier, the membrane, and it's if you look at it, like, the shape of, like, the glow or whatever, it's the shape of the Soul Reaper, the badge, the soul badge that Ichigo has. Like, we all saw that in the manga and thought, like, bro, that's just fire. You know the substitute's coming down, right? And then, like, you know, Rukia and Byakuya see him, like, or like they sense him immediately. Everybody in general senses him immediately. That's how crazy immense power that Ichigo has. And then he comes down and he crashes, and then all of like the Bambis are like, huh, did that thing just crash? And then Lilith's like, sure it did, or whatever. And then all of a sudden Ichigo's right next to Zaraki, bro. Like, in the manga, that shit was like absolute chills and goosebumps. And I would say that they did a pretty good job in the anime. I still slightly would put it a little bit, just a tiny bit. It's not like a lot or whatever. A little bit more like bone chilling in the manga than it was in the anime. But at the same time, like, they did take out actually some dialogue also in this episode. Like when Ichigo gets to Zaraki, all of the Bambis like turn around and in the manga they're like, wait, what the hell? How did he get there and stuff? Like there was like a secondary surprised face that they all had, but instead it just showed like Ichigo like using his spiritual pressure in general, like to push them all away in the episode, which was fucking cool. Pretty much saying that like, hey, back the fuck up. I gotta help my boy Zaraki and shit. And then their interaction is it's just so cool to like see them, like Ichigo being like, oh damn man, you're all beat up. What the hell is going on and shit? And then Zaraki, and then he's like, I never thought the day would come where I ever would say this to you, Zaraki. I'm here to help you, bro. And then Zaraki saying that, like, I never expected that shit either, but you gotta worry about yourself. And then all of those Bambis, like Candace coming in with her lightning, with her thunder, and about to, like, attack Ichigo. And Ichigo's like, fuck out of here. Like, the whole interaction is just the fucking best thing. Like, like, seeing it animated, him tossing them like that, like they were, like, literally fucking nothing. It's a treat to watch, because genuinely, like, I like some of their designs and stuff, but genuinely, I absolutely hate the Bambis in general. Just because, like, how much they did not give a fuck about Bambietta at all, and they just one-offed her like that and shit, like, and it seemed throughout, like, the 1,000-Year Blood War that they were, like, shown to be, like, friends and shit. And even Kubo, like, draws them, like, in, like, you know, special artworks of all of them, like, hanging out and shit. And it's like they're not like that at all, which is just disgusting to me. And you'll see that even more throughout 1,000-Year Blood War. You'll see it later on how disgusting a certain one of them, of the Bambis, is and whatnot. Because, you know, I'm not saying, no, I'm not gonna say anything. But yeah, that shit was just intense. And then, like, Yuok saying, thank you, give thanks to the one who brought us to the light. Specifically saying, Ichigo, thank you for breaking the barrier, so now that we can actually go up to the royal palace and everything. And I'm pretty damn certain the Zero Division knows exactly that they know that they had to do that, and that Yuok was going to go up there and shit. You saw it, and just in general, like Mayuri is talking about it too, saying that, like, what the hell are the Zero Division thinking and everything. You see Ichibei sitting there chilling, just waiting, bro. Like, just wait. Oh, I'm ready for that. I'm so ready for that. I'm so ready for that fight. That fight's gonna be that fight's gonna be absolutely nuts. So then Asher, like, you know, like, bro, and seeing like seeing Ichigo's new ability, right? First of all, he uses Getsuga Tensho like it was literally nothing, like a little slice in the air, like to block Candace's shot, and Candace is like, no way, and everything. And what was cool in this episode that we didn't get to see in the manga, and I don't think like it was like even mentioned at all in the manga, was that like all of the Bambis, like Giselle, Meninas, and Leotaldo and Candace, they all have a secondary like level up after their Volstaging, when they released their Volstaging and everything. And it was funny when they were bantering like, no, we got tired, I don't like, they don't want to use it and stuff. It was really funny. But like seeing the secondary like level of their Volstagings was very interesting for an addition for their like characters and stuff. It was really cool, and seeing Candace using it and her full-on like Galvantula, like electrocution and stuff, and it still literally didn't do anything to Ichigo at all. And he uses for the first time a new ability, Getsuga Jujisho, bro. Oh, and when he shoots it, and then Candace is like this is gonna stop me or some shit. Oh, bro, and then when Ichigo uses when he uses Getsuga Jujisho and it goes up, it's fucking amazing. Dude, and just the visual and look of Getsuga Jujisho, bro. It looked nuts. That specifically looked just as amazing, even better than the manga showed it. It absolutely fucking nuts. And like him saying to Candace like, yo, dodge it, you idiot. What are you doing? You're not going to be able to block that shit or even try to defend yourself against that shit. And she used a strong fucking attack, and it didn't fucking matter. Her arm got cut clean off and shit. Like, just to see his second attack, not Getsuga Tensho, but Getsuga Jujisho, fucking nuts. And the visual of how it looks in the anime, I think personally, surpassed the manga period. Like, it just absolutely looked stunning, and the way that Ichigo used it, like, oh my gosh, just like the cross, oh my, oh, it was amazing. And then like him just casually doing Getsuga Tensho was beautiful. Like, he doesn't even have to like just yell it out anymore. It's like, if he wants to, he wants to, but he really just doesn't have to, especially with these 4 chumps of a crew, the Bambis. It's like, it was, oh, it's just good. Like, he's even warning her, like, dodge it, you idiot, and then her arm just gets cut right off, and like she gets it back obviously from Giselle's weird fucking like ability and everything. You pretty much can deduce like everybody's like abilities and whatnot in this episode, what specifically they are and stuff, just from like the lettering, like the letter that they are. Like Lily Tato, like the G, like hers is G, which means like, you know, and she eats like things and stuff, so it's like G, glutton, you know. And then like Candace using like lightning and thunder and stuff, obviously the T, thunder and everything like that, which is really cool. But seeing that and all of them getting clapped, and also, you know what I just realized, like the Bambis doing like their second like it's like that second level like transformation for the Volstaging and stuff. They just did like a whole fucking, they just fucking pulled off a whole like team transformation type shit. That shit was hilarious. Like Ginyu Force or like Power Rangers or Sailor Moon type shit. That shit was funny as fuck, and they all look pretty good. And their abilities with those, like Lily Tato using like pretty much like a chomp type of thing, like her like able to throw that shit, like that whole thing, and took like a good chunk of like a building right off and everything. Like that shit was wild, and their abilities that they used during that shit was just, it was awesome. And then like, you know, like her, and then obviously Candace's next level like electrocution, and that shit still didn't work. None of that shit worked at all against Ichigo whatsoever. And seeing them use that, and again, Giselle's was just fucking weird and goofy. Like I hated it. I hated it so much. But yeah, that was pretty nuts seeing that, like pretty much Sailor Moon Power Rangers transformation type shit. That was really funny. Like I just realized that just now, and that's hilarious. And then all of a sudden Bazby, the freaking moron, just like gets them right in the gut, takes him out or whatever, and then he's about to jump Ichigo, and then all of the other ones, like 3 other ones, Stern Ritter come in, so it's like a 1v8. Then Ichigo hears what Yuak did, so then Yuak's go like Ichigo starts sprinting over there, and then they all start ganging up on Ichigo. But it's literally not doing anything to Ichigo, like, at all, like them jumping him and stuff. So that was like really funny. And then who comes in, like, before Bazby uses Burner Finger 1 on Ichigo, which that shit wasn't gonna do shit to Ichigo, period. There's no way it was gonna fucking do anything to Ichigo. And he comes in, Renji my boy. Who else comes in? Rukia my girl, Byakuya my boy, Ikaku, like Yumi Chika, Shuhei, all of them are like, you're not getting past us. You're not getting to Ichigo. Ichigo has some dealings with the Quincy boss. You got us to deal with. And he's like, I'm not gonna repeat myself and stuff. You are not gonna pass. So I genuinely hope next episode we get a 6v8 or something like that. Like in the manga, we didn't get to see, like, really see anything from like the 6v8, just some of the aftermath and stuff. I hope we get like at least just like a mini fight between all of them or some shit like that. It's gonna be absolutely nuts. And then at the end, Uryu's standing there shooting some arrows at Ichigo. He's like, what are you doing over there on that side and everything? And then, my boy, like one of my dudes, I love this guy. You know, he doesn't do much, but he's cool and I like him. Chad comes in hot, blocks some arrows, and then you got Orihime, baby girl, in her new fit, using Santen Keshun. She rejects those arrows and blocks those arrows for Ichigo, and all of them standing there and whatnot. And something that I was also like a little bit bummed about was that, like, Orihime's Santen Keshun, right? In the manga, I appreciated it more in the manga that, like, her Santen Keshun looked massive. Like, it was like a gigantic triangle that blocked a whole bunch of arrows and everything. But in the anime, they made it small. So that's a little frustrating for me for, like, just many reasons, but for me being, like, a big Orihime fan, and, like, the way that she handled herself in this entire arc, and the way, like, in the manga, handled herself so much, and the development that she got in this entire arc, it's a little discerning and a little, like, disappointing that the animators would do that and make her Santen Keshun look that small. Like, it really was disappointing. That was the only, like, real disappointing thing in this episode, was them kind of diminishing the look of Santen Keshun in this moment of blocking these arrows, when in the manga it just looked a lot bigger. It looked a lot more massive and a lot more like, wow, she really has been fucking trained and working her ass off. And this thing is, like, huge or whatever. So that was the only thing that I was a little, like, you know, I was really bummed out about. But overall, man, this episode was fire. It was just absolutely amazing. Like, I loved it. Still, my favorite episode still is Astronaut versus Rukia. Overall, in part 2, it's my absolute favorite in general. But overall, this episode was really great and everything. Oh, dude, and also I completely forgot, like, extra dialogue that they, not extra dialogue, but dialogue that they actually left out and everything. Like, when, you know, when Ichigo first tosses Candace like a rag doll, like she was nothing. He's like, she gets mad that, like, he put, like, dirt on her and shit like that, and, like, her saying that, like, yeah, well, like, in the manga, she said, well, like, His Majesty will grant me anything I want if, like, you know, if I'm able to take him out, if we're able to take him out, he'll grant us anything we ever want. That was said in the manga, but they took that out in the anime and then said that, like, like she'll be like, she was like, fine, I'll take all the credit for taking out one of the special threats and whatnot. So that was very interesting that they took that out for some reason. Like it would have only taken like 1 or 2 seconds for Candace to say that, and then like showing all the Bambis, showing like, oh my gosh, like His Majesty would give us anything what we want, and then it shows like all like everything that the Bambis like want, like each of them wants. So like a background of showing things that they want and everything. So that was very interesting that they completely left that out in the anime. And something I'll also say, like, you know, obviously the second level like Volstandigs that all these Bambis have and everything was like really cool, but like Giselle's one looked so stupidly goofy. I was laughing like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this character like really doing right now? Like, it was goofy as shit, and then all of them like really trying to put the moves on Ichigo, but like literally none of it's working, and that was hilarious. And it was just funny. Like, Giselle's was just weird and goofy, like spooky, scary skeleton type of shit. Like, it was funny, but also like it looked dumb, also like really fucking stupid. So, but like, you know, like I was laughing, but yeah. Anyways, oh yeah, and also I forgot to mention one more piece of what's it called, of dialogue that they left out, was that when Candace like attacked Ichigo with 2 of her blades, and he's like, I'm glad that I can use 2 blades also, like, and whatnot. And then Candace is like, what are you talking about? I have 6 or whatever. They also took out that dialogue, which was very interesting too. But like overall, it was just funny when they all transformed and stuff, and still they literally couldn't do anything and whatnot. And then like see Giselle's head get clamped by Lily Tato's ability, like her chomping ability. Like, that shit was so funny, and it's just like, they're not good at coordinating, like literally at all, and they're all just getting their asses kicked. And I was so happy to see that entire sequence, like an additional thing that we didn't fully get to see really at all in the manga. But yeah, it was cool to see like a second level type of Volstandig, like, that they were fighting with, and it still didn't work out for them like at all, and it was just so funny to me. And also for people being like, oh look, he's getting jumped by all of these like these Sternritter, these 4 Sternritter like Zaraki is and stuff, but like, again, like what I said before, you gotta understand, he was fighting Gremmy with like a crazy fucking ability, and he was getting more insane as the fight went on. And his organs, like his internal like body's all fucked up. Like, he obviously, like he said, from that last explosion, he can't really hear like that well or at all. So obviously he would have been easily jumped, and like being struck by lightning that amount of times from fucking Candace and he's still fucking getting up, trying to attack them and shit. That shit was wild. That shit was absolutely nuts. Like, again, he's an absolute demon monster, but at the same time, he's still a person. Like, that shit was dangerous. And then my boy Ichigo came along and saved the day, which was really fucking cool. But yeah, like it's in this moment that, like, say Zaraki fanboys are like, oh, this is bullshit and stuff. Like, it's not. Like, he went through a lot of fucking shit just in that one fight. And then him getting jumped by all these Bambis, these characters, like, bro, that's absolutely nuts. It's absolutely insane. So like, and also like Zaraki haters, like, he's fighting these weak characters. These characters ain't weak. Candace ain't weak. Medina ain't weak. Lily Tautos ain't weak. Giselle physically is pretty damn weak, but like, Giselle's ability is fucking not only terrifying, but it's disgusting. But yeah, like, anyways, and I love it. I can't wait for next episode. If we get a 6v8 next episode, I'm gonna lose my mind. And then also, like, bro, again, Orihimi's new fit, bro. Oh yeah. I've been waiting for that shit to come out in the anime. When it was first revealed in the manga, like, I was like, bro, all of these, like, these figurine companies these figurine makers and these companies and stuff, 100% were waiting in the wind for this, for the reveal of her outfit and stuff, so then they can make a whole bunch of fucking merchandise with just her outfit and a whole bunch of figurines with her new fit and her new look and stuff. And she looking hella fine, bro. She gonna be swooning Ichigo, dude. Oh yeah. And it was a good time. It was a good ending, and I loved it. And I'm really hyped and excited for next week's episode. But that is it for this episode. Loved it. Loved it. Very much loved it. If you did also, leave a like and comment down below on your thoughts about what I said. Your thoughts about, the episode. Obviously, the things I said. Bleach in general. If you love and stuff, leave a like and comment and subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and theory discussion videos and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most importantly, everybody gotta stay a little nasty. So peace and love, and I will see y'all later with the next video, guys. Peace out. May the force be with you always. Plus ultra locked home. Bankai. It was a good episode. Cannot wait for next week's episode. And this entrance, Ichigo's entrance, best entrance that he's ever had in Bleach ever, period, for me. Absolute fire. Again, peace out. I'll see you guys later with the next video.